We beat the Chiefs. Eat that one, Mahoney. Oh, you and your donut eating coach can with that one. Let's go. Tommy, stop reading my shirts. Woo! Often imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no hair. Woo! That, wait a minute, I wooed already. That shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! The R8RBEAR. R8RBEAR. Sup, fam? Whoa! I mean, I'm discombobulating my head. I'm over shouting. I got the bass trying to beat me here, and it lost that round. I'm in a terrible mood. Can you tell? No, just kidding. All right. Whoa, what are we doing? Alexa, stop. Jim Vanderlyn, bear. Jim Vanderlyn wins YouTube one more time. Tradish R8RBEAR Live. First comment. Woo! MVP tonight goes to Jim Vanderlyn, technically, because he won on YouTube, but Dustin King. You guys know what's up. Blah, blah, blah. You have to share the medal. Second place, silver medal, Carlos Boykins. I'm probably having an old guy moment, but I swear one time when I said your name, I told you that you have a great name like for a boxer because you do that boy kid. It just that sound dope. Third place, my bronze medal goes to Josh Russell. Josh, what? Josh, what are you doing down here in the basement? Josh Russell, the heavyweight champion of R8RBEAR family page. In third place tonight? What? Come on, Josh. You know how it is. You gotta intimidate everyone. So you need to win like the next 3 or 4 shows in a row. And I'm telling you right now, Dustin King is getting uppity. So what's up? He thinks he's got your number now. He does. So Anna Diaz Rincon, my first supporter ever in life, like ever. If you look over my shoulder, Anna, you can see that little set of yellow envelopes. And then you can see this little shiny sparkly thing sitting on there. And it has a young lady's name on it. And I believe it's yours. Tony, make it dip. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Cody Palmer. Yo, Bear. I like that. What's up? Troy Gill, what's up, Bear? Appreciate that. I like this yo, Bear. I'm going to put that up. Oh, wait. Dustin King. Stars contributed to the show go directly to charities like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need Desk. We also are working with Punks for Autism. I'm telling you, if you haven't checked out Punks for Autism, go check it out. Just buying a shirt contributes to the science of trying to find a cure for autism, but I don't want it. My daughter has autism and I think she's perfect. But there's people, that have harder cases than mine. You know what I mean? So I can totally understand. Steven Shaw watching from YouTube. I appreciate that. And please consider a subscription to R8RBEAR family page. Now on YouTube, it's free. But Raider Bear Family on YouTube, it's $5 a month. That's a whole year. That's $60. It's like buying me a pair of pants. You believe jeans go way over $60 now? It's like 120. Just get a pair of jeans. I'm like, wow, man. Ermaine Jr., what's up? Welcome to the show. Mr. Parker, what's up, JP? Welcome to the show. Matthew Lincoln said very eloquently, Raider! James and Princetta Walker in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Carlos Maidana, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. The shirt skills are off the chain tonight. Frank Zander, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Oh, he even wrote it out for me. Raiders! I appreciate that. They didn't bundle except the INTs. Wow. Destin Rhodes, Space Force. Oh, it's a thing now. I do it every time, brother. And when I forget, I go back and I do it. I'm serious. I've like held up shows saying, oh, and Space Force, because we're going to need that Space Force, I think, pretty quickly here, because life on other planets is getting a little bit concerned with what we're making over here. Nicholas Maida, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for a Raider Bear on YouTube. Appreciate that. Marcus Atchison said, what's up, Bear? What's up with you, man? Well, you know, honestly, a lot of people kind of got on Marcus. I know you might like this. They're kind of getting on this Penix kid. And I remind everyone, you know, you come to my show sometimes and you say to me, you know, Bear, what about this guy? What about this guy? And we start talking about the draft and that sort of thing. But I just want to remind you, because we are now right at the cusp of the conversation of the draft, just, you know, going crazy and everyone doing the usual, oh my God, can we get their 13th for a 4 and blah, blah. And but I want you to remember that you're going to hear a lot of people getting broken down, teams getting broken down, players getting broken down. Oh, well, this guy came from whatchamacallit school and they're not an offensive minded school. Oh, you know, he doesn't have much of this. Oh, he's short for that. You know, come on. And that's all just game that's played by the league and the scouts and so on and so forth, to just have a reason to look at a player and downgrade him as opposed to upgrade him, you know, because then you're offering him more money. They didn't ever want to do that, right? God forbid. You know, see, to me, certain people, you know, they just deserve that. If you knew when everyone saw LeBron James play the very first game of basketball, they knew he was going to be great. Not good, great. So if you see that in some of these football players, and we do, pay them. You know what I mean? I hate that they have to go through all this, and the league's all concerned now to only get the first 4 years out of someone, because it's just shown statistically that most players don't make it through 4 or 5 years. They can play that long, but they don't make it that long at a star's level. Usually the star starts to lose some of that luster unless he's a legend, you know. And how many of those come around? You know, we've had a few. Okay, they bundled the Turner overs with touchdown for. I read that already. Alpha Omega Forever. What's up? Welcome to the show. Ramon Gallegos. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. R8RBEAR. I like that. Hey, there's my guy, Tommy. Mr. Raider Bear. Too late. I already saw your shirt. Tommy, you stop that. Carlos Megana, hopefully you don't have technology difficulties. I did last night, but it was for something stupid, so I'm not going to mention it because it would be fairly embarrassing. It didn't have anything to do with me, but it was a simple fix, and I just didn't see it. Doc Raider, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Steven! Appreciate the love on the stars, brother. John Leon, the Lion. I read somewhere that we signed quarterback Anthony Brown. Is this true from the Ravens? I do not see that. I can't say whether that's true or not. Let me go over here, because I did have some guys I saw. Oh no, that's the draft board I was looking at. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's old news. No, that's old news. Here we go. I don't see him. I'm looking at the players announced for future signings, and Anthony Brown. Yes, take that back. Oregon. So yes, Anthony Brown of Oregon is on the list. It's Magana, brother, but it's all good. Can fix it on Facebook yet. Magana, like high, like higher Magana or Magana. Well, I'll work on it. Howitzer Bear, what's up, Tana? Welcome to the show, brother. Dustin King, we went 4-2 in our division, but that is outstanding. Not to mention, we fired our coach and beat Kansas City on Christmas. That's correct, Dustin King. And that's what has everyone excited about next season. But unlike normal, we know when we had a good season or not. That was a good season. It really was, guys. If you really think about it, with all the turmoil, he just said it, with all the turmoil, to still come out of the back half of the season feeling like this, like, man, had we made the playoffs, all bets are off. There's no telling what would have happened, because everybody goes in there now with 0-0. And you start it off. And if you win 3 games, you get to wear jewelry. You know what I mean? And I would have loved what we would have looked like in that playoffs. Al's Ghost, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Appreciate that. Salute. Mark Vargas. Bear! Carlos Boykins. Bear, what's your gripe with Harbaugh? He's a proven winner everywhere he has went. I'm cool with him or AP, but want to know why you're so against getting him. Carlos, I appreciate that. No big deal. Honestly, my biggest problem with him is his record with the Niners and how that played out. It seemed like, after really looking at what he did there, he was more of a guy that had great scouts and great staff, but then he just seemed to be kind of a pom-pom guy. You know what I mean? You don't see him in the play-by-play. You don't see him working with the coaches on the sidelines. He just sort of steers out there, those bifocals of his. And I don't see adjustments. I didn't see mid-game adjustments. There were times where you could just see that they were in trouble, and then they wouldn't do anything about it. And obviously I'm going way back, but it wasn't like he was a kid when he was there. And also, to be honest with you, Carlos, I met him quite a long time ago when I worked for a company in Modesto, California. And he was there as a part of a fundraiser benefit that was going on with wherever he was coaching at the time. And, everyone liked him. I liked him. Everyone liked him. But when we started talking about football, he immediately was like, yeah. And we started talking stuff. And then I was asking him defensive questions, and, I'm asking him defensive questions and adjustments at a banquet. You know what I mean? I was pretty young at the time, but I still didn't think it was a big deal. And he kind of answered me, but I didn't get the impression that he understood what I was trying to say. I was saying to him, if you fall behind and it's third quarter and it's mid, do you understand making adjustments coming out of the locker room so that you've dealt with that before the third quarter starts? You know what I mean? He's like, next question. No, Carlos, I'll be honest with you, man. If you do make a good point, though. If we hired him, I could get on board with that. I don't want to sound like a flip flopper. I only mean by that, once you sign Devontae Adams, he's your wide receiver. Whether you may have liked him or not liked him, what he's been doing in Green Bay, once he's a Raider, he's a Raider. And I'm behind the guy 100%. But I'm not behind this because I don't think Harbaugh is the kind of coach that really coaches a team to wins. Look at what he did with Michigan. Think about it. Look at Michigan closely. What are they? They have like one of the greatest draft hauls of guys. They were stomping everyone because he has just a great haul of guys. So he was never going to lose, at least not this year, because he just has too many guys, man, that are going to be going. Just watch. The first and second round, you're going to hear from Michigan over and over again. And that's not to take anything away from him, because I kind of am, but I'm basically just saying he seems to build a staff. He builds something, and then he pushes it out there and says, go win. And it does. It does. You know what I mean? It does. But he had a shot in the Super Bowl. He couldn't figure out adjustments, and he lost. And then he came back the next season, and he couldn't get back to the Super Bowl. He got close, but he couldn't get back. And it looked like because of the same thing. No mid-game adjustments. And I'm just going to hold straight to that. If he becomes a Raiders head coach, I will, bring him on. If my owner says that's who our general is, then let's go. See what I mean? To me, that's not flip-flopping. To me, that's honor. I get in line. You know what I mean? And then let's roll. I mean, I got on board with Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? I ripped Jimmy Garoppolo like for the first 9 of my 10 years. Glenn Medina, what's up? I believe Harbaugh is staying at Michigan, and he's just playing the game to leverage Michigan for what he wants. What I'm concerned about is now is Vrabel being hired by the Titans. He might turn Mark Davis head away from AP. Well, yeah, Vrabel's gone. He's not staying with the Titans. And I see Harbaugh going to the Chargers. That wasn't the last question that was asked me, though. Carlos was just asking me what I thought of the guy. I don't particularly like him. I think he's the type of guy that he could go somewhere and build a system and win. But if he can't build that system within the first 4 or 5 years, you can't stand the guy anymore. And that's what I've heard from everyone that's worked with him. Everyone. It's what happened with the Niners. It's what's happening with Michigan. He gets there. He's there for 4 or 5 years, and then he wears on people. His pressure, his intensity, it just wears on people. I know, cute dogs, right? Sup, Mama Bear? You are the special one. Thank you. Looking good. Oh, you even have on the matching kicks. I like it. Oh, I didn't notice that. All right. So anyway, getting back to it. What about the quarterback Anthony Brown Jr. was assigned? Mark Vargas. It shows him on our future reserves list. Yes. What did you see, Glenn Medina? I'll keep looking for you. Oh, wait a minute. What about who is the best candidate for head coach? Oh, okay. Honestly, I think Antonio Pierce won the job. I do. I just feel like he won the job. The way he moved the locker room to back him up, you just couldn't have seen that coming, that they would embrace that much. I mean, be honest, it's bigger than it was for Bisaccia. It really is. Bisaccia was beloved by the team, but not like this. You know what I mean? They're going on camera and saying we want the guy. They didn't do that with Bisaccia. You know what I mean? There was reporters, there was things said, but guys going out on camera and saying, yeah, that's my coach. So I think he might have it. I really do. I think right now, can he talk Mark Davis into sticking with that? You know what I mean? Because, like, for example, we're interviewing GMs right now. You know what I mean? And as long as we're interviewing GMs, Champ's job is, is the current GM is in trouble. What do you think about Jake Browning? I mean, I know the numbers they're talking about, how he's up or he's down. I think he'll make a good pro if he lands on the right team. I think that's what it's going to take, because he's the kind of guy you're going to have to give him a little bit of time. I don't read him as someone that's going to walk right in the NFL and be good. I don't see that. So, but if you're asking me what I think he can be a good pro. I just think he has to land on the right team and has a good staff and can get him there. If the Raiders coaching staff is signing players, could they possibly know that they're coming back next year? That's very possible. That's very possible. And great point, John. But by the way, let me say this. I like what we're hearing right now, because if you notice, what we're hearing is nothing. See, if there's nothing, that usually means everything's starting to get closed behind doors already. Decisions are being made, and contracts are being written. And I don't think that Mark will do this twice. Now, not because he missed on Rich Bisaccia, because even I didn't want him to keep Rich Bisaccia. If you guys didn't know that, I was against that, because he has less experience than Harbaugh and AP. He's never been a head coach, not at any level that matters. I had a couple of people talking to me about how high school. I'm like, come on, man. I don't care what he was. I don't care what high school he might have been head coach at. Okay. If it isn't college, or at least the pros or Canada League or something like that, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? And that's just not enough experience in today's NFL. Who's the candidate for head coach? Glenn Medina. Glenn, I'm sticking with AP. That's the only reason I'm saying Antonio. I'm sticking with that. Now, I've been on the record as saying, if he doesn't want that guy, then I'm ready to move the Raiders forward and get an offensive coordinator / head coach, because it's working too many other places. The Rams, the Dolphins. Although I think the Dolphins are paper tigers, I think that's more because of personnel, not because of the system they're running. I think the system they're running is nice, but the quarterback is, average. I told everyone before the season, before his career started, I don't like Tua Tagovailoa. Said it a long time ago. Tui Aluglio. He just knows. You can't break your hip. You can't. I don't care. I don't care what doctor he had. I don't care if they were spinning his blood and all that other stuff. Tua Tagovailoa has the hips of a 60-year-old. He's going to get hit. He's going to get hurt, and he's going to be out because you can't recover from that. You just can't. I'm telling you guys. He's doing a great job, right now, but he's limited physically more than he was before, and he was limited before. He's not a fast guy. He's got heavy feet. Ask anyone. Frank, what's up? Welcome to the show, brother. Chico Cantu, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. Doc Raider Bear. According to Val, some woman got upset at my comment about women coaches and sabotaged your show last night. Yeah, well, stop being a sexist, Doc Raider. I'm only agreeing because they're watching, Doc Raider. Stephen Lee beat Casey and got rid of Mick Visorboy. I'm only putting that comment up because of the Mick Visorboy. Mike Mick Visorboy. Mick Visorboy. Mark Vargas, I don't want Harbaugh as head coach, AP instead. I have to agree, Mark. I think there's something to be said about having a coach that the players believe in. There's something to be said about that. Okay, that's one. Two, if we don't give him the head coaching job, he's just going to leave because he can't stay. I was hoping he would stay and take the head defensive coordinator position because I think we are going to lose our defensive coordinator because the Giants have their defensive coordinator position open right now. Now, ask yourself, why would our defensive coordinator want to leave when he just got Max Crosby and all the guys on the right page? Everyone's clicking like a well-oiled machine. That's because his resume can't get any more valuable than it is right now. See, it's very smart. Even if he loves being a Raider, that it's just stupid not to look at the market. Because if you look at the market and you love the company you work for and the market says, hey, you know what? You're getting $8 million over there, but we'll give you 12 to do the exact same job. Oh, okay. You mean in New York with the Giants, the job I was already at, and now I can come back and you're going to almost double my pay? Okay, I'm in. And that's what's happening. Don't be surprised by it because remember, there was an influx of money that went into the league and the league's pool resources. It happened about 6 months ago, I want to say 8 months ago, when they had the whole TV deals unlocked and all that stuff. They always get gajillions more money and it goes into the pool and then all the teams can do a little bit more. Marcus Cruz, can you please explain to people Mark is required to interview before he can pick a new GM and coach? Yeah, Marcus Cruz, it's not that people don't know that. I think most of my audience does know what you're saying, but I get what you're saying, but I'm saying my audience in particular, maybe other Raider fans you may know, because I've seen other Raider fans say that. Why doesn't he just sign him right now? So you're right on that. But I think most of my audience knows that he does have to go through the interview process. So if there's anyone that's watching that does not know that, Mr. Cruz would like me to respond to you with, Mark can't hire him tomorrow. He has to still go through the vetting process of interviewing other coaches. For example, the Rooney Rule would still apply, even though he may be giving the job to someone who, in fact, is brown skinned, without going into whether he's black or Cambodian or whatever. He's brown skinned, and the Rooney Rule is the great intent to find jobs for people of color. Okay, so the problem with that is if Mark doesn't think he's the best guy for the job, and then he is going to go ahead and interview other guys, then he has to give someone else black an opportunity. So now he has to actually look out there for someone else who fits the Rooney Rule. And I know that might sound ridiculous to some of you, but it's important that you make sure that they stick to it because they don't want to. They really don't. I don't want to get into politics and race and all that stuff, but they don't want to. I promise you. They don't want to. Joey Rivera, what's up? Welcome to the show. Hello, Bear. Do you think we can move up in the draft and select Jaden Daniels? Okay. Okay, well, I'm looking at the draft order 1 through 8. Who's vulnerable? Now, obviously, the Chicago Bears are at 1. They may stay there and just get the best defensive player. They're known to do corny, quick. They're weird. I was going to go for quirky, but my tongue couldn't get it out. But they tend to make stupid decisions, the Bears. I just don't know what it's been the last few times with them. And it's been with different GMs and different head coaches, and they still seem to jackwagon the whole thing up. So the Washington Commanders, now that's a team that has to fall back. They only won 4 games. The New England Patriots always fall back. Even if Belichick's not there, I would be willing to bet you they'll fall back. When you only have 4 wins in a season, it means you pretty much should just blow up your whole team because they're not anywhere near winning with the staff you have. So get them out of there. And I mean players and coaches. Arizona. So let's just talk about that for a second. Washington Commanders, 4 wins. New England Patriots, 4 wins. Arizona Cardinals, 4 wins. Okay. The Los Angeles Chargers, 5 wins. Guys suck. It's those bolts and that stupid powder baby blue. New York Giants won 6 games. Tennessee Titans 6 games. So see, that's a lot of vulnerable teams if you really think about it. The bottom of the list at 8 is the Atlanta Falcons, but they had 7 wins. You're fairly close with 7 wins. That means you really only had to flip about 3 games, and you have a fairly impressive record. You know what I mean? So let's see, because you could get to as good as like 11-6 with 3-4 wins from a 7-10 team, and that's the flip of maybe a coach, a new young running back, something like that, a great like young linebacker. Suddenly your defense improves, and then the team can go from worse to challenging for a playoff spot. And I think that's what we're looking like right now, to be quite honest with you, because our personnel looks like it's ready right now. And we just have to have the other stability in place. The defense is better. We're going to be able to add more to it. Tyrone Wilson started to find his legs there toward the second half of the season. And obviously Max is Max. So we're all right there. You get a good linebacker, maybe another great corner. Although Jacorian Bennett, I think, is really nice. I think they might want to look at the other side of Jacorian Bennett. Let's see. Frank Zander. What's up? Mark Davis better show some loyalty and give head coaching job to AP. Frank Zander, I'm kind of with you on that. I really am. I'm kind of with you on that. I think that every once in a while, because see, what are we all doing right now? Let's be honest. What are we all doing right now? We're saying, okay, justify picking AP by his wins and losses or his knowledge of football, his his statistics, whatever the case may be. No, sometimes even in this day and age, it can just be about your gut. I think that's what Mike Vrabel is. If we sign Mike Vrabel, like let's say, for example, we lost AP. He just decided, you know what, I'm going to go over here and take this job because I don't even want to deal with all this head coaching stuff. I'm going to go over here and play defensive coordinator, get, $8 million more. I'm good. So we pick up Mike Vrabel. If we picked up Mike Vrabel, be happy. Mike Vrabel can coach, man. That guy can coach. Now, Mike Vrabel, I've watched from a distance for a while. That guy can coach. I'm telling you, Vrabel would already be a legendary coach had he just gotten a quarterback. But look at the wins and their losses record. He's had consistently a good team with one running back, and that's it. A guy that used to play wide receiver and was converted to quarterback was his starter for 3 or 4 years, and he still won games. That's insane. You know what I mean? So I love that guy. He reminds me a lot of AP, to be quite honest with you. Johnny Mendez, what's up? Welcome to the show. Glenn Medina. Glenn Medina, if AP stays, I can't see how Champ would be leaving. You know what I mean? Because there's no, because see, like, first, let's just say this. There's no doubt that both guys are qualified for the job. Okay, so let's just put that to bed right now. It's not about that anymore. It's not about analytics. Okay, it's not about how many years they have experience. We know they can do the job. Okay, so if we know they can do the job, let them do the job. They just showed you, Daddy. Come on, Mr. Davis. That's what I'm hoping for. Lexi Granada, what's up? Welcome to the show. What a great last name. Jim Vanderlyn, my thing about Harbaugh is if he was so good at the NFL level, why did he leave after a few years? Well, Jim, the market was bad when he left as far as teams needing a coach, and also his reputation with the Niners at that point with other teams. I don't want to say it was like scarred or stained or anything. I'll just say this. People in the league throughout the league had heard that the Niners had had enough. That was the exact way they phrased it. That's he's got to go. We've had enough. You know what I mean? Now, that just basically means it wasn't that he wasn't winning enough. It wasn't that he's not a smart enough coach. It was he's driving us crazy. That's true, though. I mean, I don't know a better way to put it. The guy's rough. He adds up for hours on people. AP changed the culture. Let's keep AP, and also the guys want to play for AP. Right on. I honestly, I completely agree. Okay, before I read another question, let me keep going here just for a second. I wanted to talk to you about this. So the Raiders announced 15 reserve future signees, and I have the list in front of me right here. I thought this was interesting. David Agola, right off the bat, 6'4", 252-pound defensive end from the International Player Pathway Program. So we got another one of these guys that's coming from another country. That man, some of these guys that have come over, they're like mooses, man. They're all big, 6'4", 252. That's nice. He can play defensive end. He'll be able to play linebacker. If he makes it with us, that could be interesting. Then from Southern Miss was Cornell Armstrong, cornerback, 6 foot, 185 pounds, durable guy. Anthony Brown, we were just asked about the quarterback, 6'1", 223. I've heard he's got a good arm, but I don't know much else about him. DJ Fluker, tackle, 6'5", 342 of Alabama. I thought the DJ Fluker thing was smart. You know what I mean? You can never have too many offensive linemen, especially when we've had some shakeups on our offensive line already. Cole Fotheringham, I was glad to see that, 6'5", 243, Utah. Great tight end. And I mean that seriously. I think Fotheringham's a great tight end. He's just one of those guys that he makes those couple of yards, he makes tough catches, and then he fights. He gets that couple more yards. He's just durable and he's smart. He knows where to cut a route and sit down on it and give a quarterback an opportunity to hit him with the ball. Because when I saw he was with us, I was very happy. Jaden Grant, what's up? Oregon State safety. Don't know anything about him. Mark, I don't. I'm being honest with you. That one, I got to study up on that one. Marquand McCall, 6'3", defensive end, 345 pounds, out of Kentucky. He is a biscuit from 400 pounds. I'm telling you, that guy's a run stuffer. Sincere McCormick, we all know about the running back. Yeah, it's good that he's still here because I was actually surprised by him. I thought he had great burst. I don't mind the fact that he's on the smaller side. I like the burst. Jalen McKenzie, tackle, 6'5", 315. A little bit light for a 6'5" tackle, but not bad. John Samuel Schenker, tight end, 6'3", 242. Don't know anything about Samuel. Nesta Jade Silvera, I mean, that was a given. I would have been surprised if he wasn't on the list because he played off and on really nice for us. It's just there were a couple of times there where he wasn't getting the motor going, and he'd play a whole game and do like nothing. Get one tackle. And we can put people there and they can do something about it. But all in all, he had a good year. Ellerson Smith, defensive end, 6'7", 245 pounds. That's a big dude. Good Lord. I want to see Charles Snowden on the field. Defensive end, 6'7". And for 6'7", 245 is actually pretty big. I mean, that 245 is light for a linebacker defensive end, but not when you're 6'7". That's a big dude carrying that kind of weight at 6'7". Whew. Okay, the cornerback I actually gambled on. I want to remind everyone that I picked this guy, Sam Webb, 6'2", 195 of Missouri Western State. I really thought he was going to be a good player, really good player. And they got banged up a little bit and we kind of lost him in the rotation, you know what I mean? But he's still with us. If Sam Webb can stay healthy, mark my words, we will see plays by Sam Webb. I'm telling you, he's nice. And then last but not least, Christian Wilkerson, 6'1", 214, wide receiver out of Southeast Missouri State. Excuse me. I'm just itching with my microphone right now. All right. So let me pick up where I was. Consider a subscription to R8RBEAR Family Page. It's just $5 a month. You can cancel it anytime on Facebook, but you won't want to because we're planning on very cool things for our supporters as we have in the past. We've done game shows. We've done charity things. We've done just give you guys all shirts. I didn't charge anyone for my shirts. Nope. If you're a supporter and a subscriber, I just send it out. Who do you know that does that? Yeah, nobody. I'm not like Oprah giving everybody a car, but t-shirts, it's happening. Jay Raider, what's up, R8RBEAR? Long time, my brother. Aloha from Wawa. I don't know how to say the whole Wahiawa. Wahaiawahai. I know I'm still wrong, but I apologize. Carlos, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Everybody was saying hi to Mom and Bear. Scotty Lutz, I see you there. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Is AP the right choice? Who would you pick? Glenn Medina, I'm saying to you with a straight face, I would pick AP. I like the fact that he moved the locker room. Okay. It wasn't like that with Bisaccia. It wasn't even like that with Gruden. He moved the locker room. They said, okay, for this guy, we'll go to war. And then we went to war and just won games and games. And even in losses, we were battling, you know what I mean? And guys were getting our interceptions and, we were causing fumbles and getting sacks. It was incredible. And it all happened in a span of 4 or 5 games. And our defense just went, all right, let's go. If he can do that fast with just that limited amount of time, what's he going to do with OTAs and training camp, preseason? He's going to get a good look at a lot of guys. He's going to know what he wants to do and what he wants to go with. And we're going to hit the ground running, but faster than we were this year, next year. Had to do that again because it was cool. What's the number one quarterback pickup? Jay Rader. Who's the number one quarterback pickup? I mean, I don't know if I don't think, I don't know who I'd really say is number one, only because I think that most of the quarterbacks are rated differently. There's people who like Bo Nix, and so on. And I don't know. Maybe I don't know. This is going to sound bad, but I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed by any of these guys that are coming out. There's only maybe 5 quarterbacks that are supposed to be in this next draft that, are any good. And I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. Next question. You got me on that one. Mr. Took Your Soul. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show from YouTube. Appreciate that. Patrick Graham's interview with just a Rooney Rule interview. I don't believe he will get a head coaching job this time around. Marcus Atchison, that's a great point. It could be just using him to get under the or over on the Rooney Rule, which is terrible. But at the same time, I think that they've said in the past that they're hoping that the Rooney Rule would kind of loosen the nuts on the whole thing with black coaches, where instead of always just saying, nope, no, thank you, we're going to hire this guy, Mikey Mike. Instead, now if a black candidate came in, they could tell other teams, this guy was pretty good. And then that guy could interview with that team next year. And maybe he gets the job there, that kind of thing. And I think you're seeing a lot of that. Unfortunately, it hasn't grown from that, and it should have by now. And so that's why, all of this still kind of sucks. Carlos Boykins, if AP wins the job, we need to sign Russell Wilson for 2 years since Denver's going to be paying him for the next 2 seasons and draft a QB to learn under him. Carlos, that's a great comment. That's a great comment. Although, honestly, I think they think that they have that, but you could actually take that a step further, whereas you could have AP in the draft this year, just get a decent quarterback at whatever round, 2, 3, or 4. And then once you have, what's to keep us from picking one at 13? They're not going to all make it past 13. I don't think so. I think it's possible, but I don't think they're all going to make it past 13. Hang on, let me bring up the list again because I know where I was just looking at it. Okay, here we go. So Chicago Bears don't need a quarterback. They may make the deal. Who knows? But whether they want Caleb or not. But let's just call that one. Okay, and then the Washington Commanders, they have a young quarterback. That's not the way they're going to look, especially with only 4 wins last year. That includes Arizona. That includes Los Angeles. The Chargers have a quarterback. The New York Giants, they already have quarterback issues. The Tennessee Titans, they might be in it. I'll say 2. No, because they had Will Levis from last year. So, nope, they're not in it. Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to say no again with the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, so Chicago Bears again at 9. Then the New York Jets. No, they're not going to want a quarterback. Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, Minnesota will look. Denver Broncos. Yeah, Denver's going to look. And then there's us at 13. So there could be at least 2 of the quarterbacks among the 5 that would drop that far to where we'd have a shot at him. Then you could pick that guy, but put Aiden O'Connell as the number 2. Put your new pick as the 3rd. And that way he's protected. The starter can go out there. Russell Wilson, if he stinks, you go to AOC. And it also lets AOC grow a little bit because Russell Wilson's pretty durable. I don't think he's just going to fall down and not be able to play right away. So. Alpha and Omega say, are we going to the Vegas Stadium the weekend of the Super Bowl? Honestly, Alpha, I haven't made plans like that. It's complicated. I've seen fans getting mad because Mark is doing interviews. Can you explain why Mark is required for interviews? Yeah, I did do that for you. Sorry about that, bro. I was just basically reading your question again. Sorry, my phone's going off. Okay, Anna. In all reality, if AP doesn't get the job, expect many key players gone as well as other staff. I don't think it will happen, but worst case scenario. Well, yeah, if they don't keep AP, then you're completely flipping the script because that's what new coaches do. And so as much as players say I would leave, I mean, most of them don't have that kind of control of their contract. But at the same time, the main names, the ones that matter do. You know what I mean? Devontae Adams, Max Crosby, Colton Miller, those guys' contracts are going to be in their own hands soon. So, or close to it. I was reading this article about possible offensive coordinators, and one of the names on the list was Clint Kubiak. I think he would be an awesome hire. Okay. Clint Kubiak. Wasn't his dad that other Kubiak? I think it was. If so, I kind of like that. Tanamoku said, I saw that and it definitely intrigued me. Right on. Where'd you go? Mark Vargas. It's league rules to interview all candidates for the HC Rooney rule. I understand it, Bear. Right on. Bear, just my opinion, but if Davis keeps AP, and I hope he does, I say just a 2-year deal. And if we at least go deep in the playoffs, then and only then give him a long contract extension and the bag. Okay, Jib, I would counter with 3 years because 2 years, you've been watching the league long enough. I think you just forgot about this part. If you have a 2-year, it's really a 1 year because when you have that first year, if it was great, okay, they want you year number 2. But if it wasn't, they go, oh. And now they watch you through year number 2. And if you don't play spectacular, well, then you're gone. You know what I mean? So you have no protection. You don't know if you're going to have a contract, after this 2 years. And so players hate that. Okay, let me see. Oh, I got one from Tommy. Mr. Raider Bear, I don't think my Eagles are going to do anything in the playoffs because they're all banged up. Tommy, I'll be honest with you. It's mainly that. Your Eagles are fine. I just think they're not making it into the season healthy. Raging Raider Rhino. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show, though. Armando Guzman, who you think going to be our coach, Raider Bear? The only reason why I'm saying AP is just for the same reason I wasn't saying it was going to be Rich Bisaccia. Rich Bisaccia was out of his depth, okay? And Mark Davis and whoever there was there helping and making the decision, made the right decision, let him go. But as far as this one's different. You're talking about a Super Bowl player, a guy that was, one of the better linebackers in football at one time. He knows the game. He's been in our locker room now for a while. Let the man coach the roster. Look at the sample size. And that was the sample size with a rookie quarterback. He gave you the most points in any game ever. And now most of my audience right now, if I said to you, are you absolutely positive Aiden AOC is the guy? You would say no. Aiden O'Connell? For sure, for sure? No, I'm not for sure. I am. I just wanted to hold that for a second so you saw I didn't blink. I am. Aiden O'Connell is the dude. He's that guy. Everyone's judging him off of year 1. It's unfair. It's ridiculous. And I'm not saying our fans. I'm saying it's unfair and it was ridiculous when you consider how he was treated by this coach. Man, dude, McDumb stuff puts him in there. What was it, like week 4 or 5? And then he played fairly well, but threw 2 interceptions. He says, you're not ready. And then just sits him down like he's a stupid kid. I was wrong about you. You know what I mean? No faith in the kid whatsoever. And it was 1 game. And he acted like, oh my God, I gave him a shot. And look what he did. Get out of here. He's a rookie. You know what I mean? I think he's nice. I'm sorry. I think he's nice. I think Aiden O'Connell has a great arm. I think he has very nice accuracy. I think he needs a little bit more polishing. He needs to learn how to trust his offensive line. He gets a little skittish in there sometimes when he could be delivering the ball and the offensive lineman is actually holding their block. They're just getting close to him. So deliver the ball. And there were a couple times I saw him do that. But that's all stuff he's going to grow out of. I like AOC a lot. Bennett lost his job and his confidence too much too soon. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Wow. A-Lo in the house. What's up? You think we would hire Bill Belichick? Anthony Lopez, Mark Davis is just dumb enough to do something like that. But I mean, he let some guy come into our hallowed halls of the Raiders and start flipping the furniture and painting everywhere and acting like a jackass. Jeffrey Gibbs, what's up? Welcome to the show. Kevin, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Hey, Bear, I'm back in mission. Hashtag Raider Dog. What's up, brother? Welcome. Great picture of you and your missus. What's it going to take for us to snag Justin Fields? Honestly, Alpha and Omega, I think it wouldn't take too much. I think we're going to get mad when we finally hear what it is. It's probably going to be like a 2, a 4, and a 2, a 4, and a 5, or 1 first-round pick and a 6. It's going to be something stupid like that we could have completely did, and we just didn't offer it. We acted like it was too steep, an offer, and we pass on it, which is stupid. You know what I mean? I honestly, you're never going to get. What if it was Dak Prescott? I mean, think about it. We all can't stand Dak Prescott. I think he's a sissy boy, but he still delivers the ball, and he still has a strong arm, and he's tough. He gets right on camera and says, "Hey, it's my fault. I failed. I sucked. It's on me." And then the next week he comes right out and he throws touchdowns again. Now, I'm not saying he's the guy. I don't like Dak Prescott. I really don't. I'm just simply saying he's better than anything we would get out of the draft. Right from day one, he's going to understand protections, reading the defense, going through your, he's going through your progressions. He's going to understand that in a way that the rookies coming in won't. You have to wait through their learning curve. With him, no learning curve. You just throw Justin Fields on the field, give him a playbook, and let it rip. I like it. I like it. I like AOC, but if they make the move for Justin, it would take a first-round pick and probably a little something else. I don't think so, but I heard some rumors. Okay. No Justin Fields. I'm not completely sold on him either, Nicholas Maida, since you brought that up. I think Justin Fields is a nice kid, and I think his only improvement was seen this season. So he had the 4 years, and he only played well in this last one. But it's the last one he played well. In other words, it wasn't the second year, and then he regressed. It was getting a little better, getting a little better, getting a little better. Oh, look at me. And he, showed he learned some things. And we already know he knows how to use his legs. I know Diaz has a simple, no way. Kevin LaRoche has a simple, heck nah. No, okay, Kevin, when you do heck nah, it's N-A-H. Heck nah. The way you have it, it's heck nah. AP bleeds the Raider way. A blind man can see that. Mark Davis, you're on the clock. Okay, Charles. Mark Davis, you know how it is. You better get that together because Charles, you don't want him upset. Scotty Lutz, I like AP and the energy he brings to our team. But since I know Scotty Lutz, man, he's always looking for the Pearl Harbor in the comment. Where's the landmine that's going to get us on this one? And so he says, but since 2002, 2003 season, the last time we went to the Super Bowl, we only had 2 winning seasons into the postseason with no postseason wins. Scotty Lutz, how could that possibly have anything to do with Antonio Pierce? And I can't say I understand what you're saying because I don't understand what you're saying because that means somehow that stat means somehow that means he won't be able to win. I don't know. I just think all you did was just show that it's taken us a long time to find a winner again. And I always spit facts, Kevin. Ray McLean, what's up? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you checking in on YouTube. Troy Gill, we need resigned. Oh, wait, we need to resign Bolter and Jacobs and get released the rest. Okay. How about Eric B to run that offense? Joe Redman. Eric Bieniemy would be nice. I don't think he's going to get the job in Washington. He would probably leave, and so I could see that. And then obviously the guy we have now, Bo Hardigree, he's not going to keep anyone, from signing Eric Bieniemy. The guy's proven. He when he got to the Kansas City Chiefs, they got better, and when he left, they got worse. That's just facts. Raider Nation, tell them Stephen Shaw. Scalala. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Charles Washington. How soon? Some forget how bad it was before Halloween. Right. Ray McClain. I want Pierce, but I wouldn't be upset if we got Harbaugh. Well, Ray McClain, now you're speaking my language. I appreciate you signing in from YouTube. Please remember to like and follow. Now, having said that, I would say this. I think that Harbaugh is the kind of guy that can build a staff around him that wins that wins it all. I do believe he can do that. I think he had a lot to do with how they built the Niners, and the Niners immediately went on a run when we were still struggling to get out of the blocks. Okay, because there was a time when we and the Niners were both, the Niners and the Raiders were equally bad there for a little while, and then the Niners started to get, and pull away, and we're still languishing trying to figure out how we're going to get a consistent winner. It's embarrassing, I've had enough. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not your normal had enough. Okay. I'm for life. Okay. I can't hide it. It's on my hand. But I mean, I'm getting frustrated with our owner that he can't just buckle down, work with some people, and find someone who's competent at building a team, whether it's from head coach or general manager or both. But do it. He's had way too long to figure this out. I mean, hasn't Mark been in charge for, like, I mean, what, 12, 13 years, something like that? Since his dad died? I mean, come on. R8RBEAR, Bear, so happy to be here. My first podcast. Whoa, Roy J. Raiders! Everyone that's a newbie gets the Raider shout. Because that's what it's all about. R8RBEAR, Bear, I'm not taking anything away from AP, but I think an additional reason our defense improved was because of McMoron had his fingers in it. And with him gone, Patrick Graham was able to do what he wanted to do. Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. The only thing I'm saying about it is I think Patrick Graham will leave us simply because he can go to another place and make more money. And isn't that what we all go into work to do? Don't get me wrong. I can't hold anything against a guy that does that. If Josh Jacobs had control of his contract right now and we were begging him to stay and someone offered him double, bye. I mean, go get rich, feed your family, pay your bills, don't get Latrell Sprewell. Look it up, kids. Bo Nix, 6'3", 220. And, honestly, I didn't think he looked that bad in the game against Michigan. I just think Michigan had them completely out of whack. You know what I mean? I mean, he had no shot. It's the whole game. It was pressure, 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 and throwing into 9 guys, somehow. But it was just, I don't think. Oh, you said Bo Nix. I'm mixing up my Bo Nix and my Penix. Penix to me fell a little bit because of how he played, and he shouldn't have. Bo Nix is just fine. 6'3", 220. That's a great quarterback build. It's almost perfect. So if AP is the guy, will he double down on AOC or will he go find his quarterback? Well, I would say this. We only have AOC at the moment. We cleaned house as far as quarterback is concerned. So that's a concern. If you ask me, when you really only have one bona fide quarterback on your roster, Brian Hoyer, we sent him off to a museum to put where, everyone puts dinosaurs. And then Jimmy Garoppolo has gone back to the porn business. There's a few Raider fans that thought that was funny. I promise you, there really was. Some people laughed at what I just said. Travis Kelly, what's up, dude? Hey, Bear, if we do bring in Harbaugh, do you think there's a chance of retaining AP in some capacity? No. You can't be in the running for a job with another guy and then take the second. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know if you were here for the show the other night, but I honestly, I made an argument for it. I didn't want to lose AP, and I just thought, well, if he can come back and just simply, go back to defensive coordinator or, linebackers coach, whichever, I'd say just go back to that, and then maybe we look at this revisited again in 2 years. He's a young man. You know what I mean? AP is, so what if he stayed with us for 2 more years, 3 more years at linebacker coach? That's just seasoning, for a veteran. You bring him in now, he's probably going to know more than he does right now. We'd be hiring the better AP. But I don't know. A lot of people see that as a downgrade if you don't move on, if you don't get the head job. Trade up with the Bears to get their number 2 pick or to get their second pick. Is it really worth that? We're at 13. The Bears second is a 9. And then from 9 to, 12 is the Bears don't need a quarterback. The Jets won't get a quarterback. Minnesota might, and Denver might. Yeah. So, okay, I see your point. Okay, so, yeah, could they get to 9 from 13? I think so. The Atlanta Falcons need a lot. They need a lot. So you could get up to 8 probably if you're the Raiders and you want to, I'd go as far as 8, even beyond 9. Chicago Bears need help, but so do them. Tennessee Titans, same thing. They're at the number 7 pick. If you give them a nice little package, you'd be able to jump up as high as 7. Because remember, the Titans are cleaning house. They just fired their coach. Their running back's retiring. You know what I mean? So they're going back to scratch. When you do that, that's a sign you're not going to draft high. There's no point in it. New York Giants did well enough, though. They won't give up their 6th pick. Chargers, same thing at 5. They'll want to give their new coach someone to pick at 5. And then Arizona Cardinals, same thing. Well, no, the Arizona Cardinals may drop back. They only have 4 wins. That's a drop back. So is New England at 3. But the only reason why I didn't bring up 3 and 4 as far as New England and Arizona is because we probably have to give them too much. We would probably have to give them too much. We might have to give them like 2 1s just because it's, they're going to want it so bad. You're the best, brother. I got a lot of respect for you and your family. I mean, you guys have literally just went live on your page and asked for prayers for me when I was in the hospital with that accident almost 4 years ago. It's been a blessing for you and your family to send me the Dickie shirt and the patches for my get well soon. You are the best person to have as a friend, a brother, Kevin LaRoche. I appreciate that, Raider Dog. Much love to you, brother. I don't like seeing a young guy like you going through so much. So that's why I try to lift people like yourself up. But right now, you're my favorite people. So you feel better, brother. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, John Gruden does want to go to the Saints. He thinks that's a good idea because he'd be working with Derek Carr. He obviously knows Derek Carr well. So yeah, he would probably jump at the chance to get that job. As an offensive assistant, I mean, even offensive, defensive, whatever kind of assistant position it is, I don't think it's going to go well, Tanamoku, if it's with AP that you're talking about. He needs to be able to be the head coach and then pick that staff, not the other way around. Bear, what do you think of Jaden Daniels being at our last game? He was hanging out in the locker room too. Tana, I'll be honest with you, it's a sign. It's a sign. When players do that, they're letting you know something. Now, could he be there because, someone from his alma mater is one of his favorite players or something? Yeah, I mean, they'll make those kind of excuses. But he did that so he'd be seen there and let the Raiders know that he wants to go there. My Steelers are going to shock the world, Mr. Bear, and beat the Bills. Tommy, I don't know about that one, brother. That's going to be a tough one. Mark Vargas said AOC can win us a championship for sure. I'm not willing to go that far yet, but I'm glad you're as on board as I am. At least I read. Yeah. AOC needs to learn to scramble and run a little bit during the offseason. It would really help his game. Rue J, those are great shoes, but he couldn't run in them, and neither could you. You probably could run in those. But no, he's never going to be that. That's not what he is. There are many quarterbacks that have won dozens and dozens of Super Bowls, and they couldn't run. You just have to be able to maneuver in the pocket, call out the right protections, and he'll be fine. But he can't run. Alpha, honestly, I want the guy from the Lions. I've been saying that over and over again. I apologize. Even though I back him this much, I keep forgetting his last name or his name. I know it's Johnson, but I don't want to say Don Johnson. That's Miami Vice. Maybe that is his name. I don't know. But I always forget his name. But yeah, I really like that guy. I think he's hot. Thanks for the compliment on my picture, brother. Greatly appreciate it. Of course, brother. Steven Shaw. Appreciate the love on the stars, brother. Raider Goon. What's up, Raider Goon? Always there for Raider Bear. One of my favorite interviews ever. Him and his wife are awesome. If you ever get a chance to meet a super fan, you meet Raider Goon. I'm serious. That guy he's a great guy. Whenever you find out that the guy under the mask is also a great person, those are the best. I'll never forget, man. When I met the Violator, man, he almost had me crying. I'm serious. He hugged me up and was telling me, Bear, you got to take care of the next generation of these Raider fans. And I was all fired up. I'm like, yes, sir, I will. I might as well have been sitting in Santa's lap. He could have told me anything. And I said, yes, sir. Will Josh Jacobs be back next season? Alpha and Omega. I don't know how much Mark Davis is going to stick his nose in this. If Mark Davis sticks his nose in it, Jacobs is gone because he doesn't like guys getting older. He doesn't want to pay guys that are getting older. But if it's on AP and he says, yeah, sign that guy, and Champ says, okay, and signs that guy, and it's sort of brother and a brother and a brother, and they just get it done while he's out on vacation with his latest too young for him blonde bimbo, Mark Davis, I mean. So I'm going to say yes because I think he should die a Raider. I just hope that Mark thinks that way, but we'll see. Clint Kubiak is the son of Gary Kubiak, and he is passing the game coordinator quarterbacks coach for the 49ers. See, then I completely agree because his dad was no joke, man. He gave us a hard time. You know what I really want to say? I just have respect for Tommy. Anna Diaz Rincon. Good girl. Joey Salazar. Hi, Bear. Where you at the game on Sunday? Thought I seen you on the Jumbotron. There must have been someone pretty handsome there then, right? That's what you wanted to tell me. He was pretty handsome, right? Yeah. You'd be easy on a Bear. My ego can't take it. And that wasn't me, though. Roberto Gonzalez Jr. Look at that little pudding. Hey, yo, Bear, realistically, what's your quarterback wish list from the draft? No. Nope. No. You know I'm going to do a draft show. I can't tell you that right now. Penix. I still think Penix is nice. I don't care what he looked like toward the end. I don't care about, limitations on his body and things like that. Nope. Like that kid. Armando Pimentel, with that coach, hopefully doesn't pull off a Kaepernick, right? Ray McLean says 2011. Let's see. I won't be upset if we lose AP. Are we going to gain on the X's and O's of the game when the game is on the line? Raider Goon. Yeah. I could see that. Ray McLean from YouTube says, if AP gets the job, I think he goes after Jaden Daniels. He has history with him from the ASU days. Yes, Roy McLean, that's correct. I appreciate you refreshing my memory on that because that was something I was going to bring up. So I could see him actually at 13 potentially taking that kid. I'd be on board with that because now you're saying, hey, with that 15th overall pick, we're not going to wait into the second round where we know he won't make it to. So we'll pick him at 13, put him on the bench. We let AOC be the 2, and then we go hire a veteran. Now, I don't know if I agree it should be Russell Wilson because I'm of the logic that Russell Wilson, oh man, it's still so tight I can't break it in. I'm of the belief that Russell Wilson is washed, and I mean washed. I don't think that he's got it anymore. But if we gave him the job, I would immediately tell you I don't think he has it, but I know he can still throw the deep ball. We know he can still run a little bit. So it could be interesting if our offensive line can hold up for him. He could throw some darts. Because remember, this is a guy that took you to a Super Bowl, that took the Seahawks to a Super Bowl and almost went again, or took the Seahawks to a Super Bowl and won it, then went to another one and lost from one little play on the 1 yard line, or he'd have 2 Super Bowls. So that guy can play. All right, much love. Alexa, resume. Let's see if she's my hero. I've only had her down for about an hour here. Alexa, rewind 60 seconds. Look at me showing off. See, that's how you show off. When you got control of your Alexa, okay? Woo! Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force. For all you do, the energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran. Much love. God bless. Continue subscribing. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Tell your family to do it too. Even if they never watch my show, they can go there and just go subscribe. Hit that little bell for notifications. I just like doing this now. I'm serious. Come on. It's YouTube. It costs nothing. It's YouTube. It costs nothing. I should have all of Raider Nation. All of it. That became all of it. All right, that's my show. Much love, Raider Bear Family Page. See you tomorrow. Peace. All right, that's my show, Raider Bear Family Page. See you tomorrow. Okay, peace. Oh. That's the end of my show. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, peace. Keep practicing this. I'm Raider!